Bry's Comics.
Welcome back to Bry's Comics. In this video, we have another digging video going through the collection that just keeps on giving. If you've been following this channel, this is the third video I've done where we dig through these long boxes that I bought in the blind, and we've already found enough to pay for the whole thing. We're 3 boxes in. We have 17 total boxes to get through. So this comes from a collection I recently bought for $17,000, included 300 slabs and 17 long boxes. And when I was negotiating with the seller, he threw out the number of $100 per long box. And he told me a little bit about what was inside, to which I said, of course, I'll take it for $100 a long box without even knowing what's inside of these boxes. And so far we've gone through 2. And we're gonna do great. But the question is, how much money am I going to make off of this? I think it will make a really interesting video that we'll do when it's all said and done, just talking about the time that's gone into it, the expenses of, the overhead, the employees, the sending things to CGC. The biggest one is gonna be time going through the boxes, time pressing and cleaning the books to be graded. And I'm gonna condense it all into one really digestible video that kind of sheds some light on, the financial side of picking up a collection like this, because while it's definitely going to be profitable at $100 a box, we're going to do great. We're going to hook Randy and his family up with something nice. I might include you guys in that to figure out what to do. At least I will, reveal it in the video saying what we decided to do with him. But at first I want to figure out exactly how much money am I going to make, because, there's a chance when we get through this and crunch the numbers that it's not as great as I thought. But like I said, we'll definitely do really well on this collection. I'm super grateful to have picked it up. It's been a lot of fun connecting with you guys and going back and forth about some of the finds. But before we hop too far into it, make sure to subscribe, comment, and like this video for your chance to win a free slab. We do a giveaway here every single month. And if you head over to bryscomics.com and sign up for the newsletter, you'll be entered to win a free slab as well. And we also have a bunch of new inventory that was just listed over at bryscomics.com. Use code COLLECT10 for 10% off all in-stock items. And lastly, this Friday, if you're watching it the day it comes out, we have an amazing Whatnot show. So take a look at some of the slabs that are going to be offered in that show. Everything on this table is going to start at $1, including this bad boy, Amazing Spider-Man 300, 9.6, white pages, signed by Todd McFarlane. Origin and first full appearance of Venom. Unless you're a true believer, then this would be the first full appearance of Venom. Either way, awesome books. Newsstand edition on this one, signed by Todd McFarlane, full signature. The 1 in 1,000 for Venom #1, Todd McFarlane remastered. Miss Marvel #1. Everything starts at $1. Tons of giveaways and a chance at a mini grail. I hope to see you there. So with that said, let's hop through this box. I want to see if we can get through 2 boxes. I have a feeling we're only going to be able to get through 1. So this is what we've pulled out so far. We've got 3 boxes here that say Whatnot on them, and they're going to be things that are fun sets and things like that that we'll bring to Whatnot for $1 start. Stuff that's definitely, desirable books, but not necessarily worth grading. And then I have stuff that is definitely worth grading if it's high enough to grade. So that's the caveat for stuff for CGCs. We have to screen them first, actually take them out of the bag, crunch some numbers, look at sales and say, okay, this book is worth grading in a 9.8, but is this a 9.8? So the first step is which books are worth grading if they're a high enough grade. Then the second step is actually, doing a pre-screen, seeing what kind of condition they're in. And if they don't hit that mark, then we'll send them to Whatnot. So I did a whole video on which books are worth getting graded. So if you are interested in more information about that, you can find that over on my YouTube page. But let's just go ahead and start. So first things first, bam, 2 copies of Spider-Man #1, the silver edition. One of the most popular, highest print count books, not the highest printed book, but one of, but there is still not enough of them, and every collector needs one, and every collector that sees this absolutely loves it. I mean, unless you don't have a pulse, you love that cover. And so we'll screen those. Are definitely worth grading in a 9.8. Look at that, 1, 2, 3 copies of the regular polybag edition. and they, from first glance, they look pretty good. So there's definitely potential here. I mean, they're not just like all, you know, totally beaten, you know, so there's so many of those books that, you know, most of them haven't been read. There's like this one, there's, you know, 3 and 2 copies, so it's likely those have never been opened. Amazing Spider-Man Spidey's Totally Tiny Adventure Part 1, 64 pages, $2 price tag. I have never seen this. We'll bring that to Whatnot. I don't think it's worth grading. And oh, there we go. Look at that, folks. The gold edition, starting off pretty darn strong for this. Actually have had a lot of luck finding those in collections and having them be 9/8. So this is from that same series, the Spider-Man series. Oh, it's a newsstand edition. Todd McFarlane covers. This would be worth grading in a 9.8 since it's a newsstand. I'm not sure the regular number 4 would be worth grading, so we will just bring that to Whatnot. It would make a nice set, newsstand and direct, if the newsstand is not a 9.8. This one also, you know, awesome cover, but probably around $50–$60 in a 9.8. I just don't think it's necessarily worth grading. So it looks like we're going to have a lot of that run. 4 copies here of number 6 with an awesome Spidey cover. We're just going to bring it to Whatnot. I don't want to get too bogged down with submitting that borderline low value stuff. Issue number 7, we'll bring that to Whatnot. 3 copies of that, and there we go, folks. That's it. The Badonk variant for just out of principle. I'm not gonna grade the Spidey Bud version. Number 11. Bring that to Whatnot. Looks like some more from that run. All definitely decent stuff. That one's cool. The Sideways issue. I think it's worth grading. I believe this is the last Todd McFarlane on this run for Spider-Man, so we'll see if any of those are 9/8, and if they are, they're fun to have. I absolutely love this cover. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4 Thanos cover, Spidey's number 17. We will see if those are 9/8. I think that's probably an $80 or $90 book in a 9.8, so that would be worth grading. We'll bring those to Whatnot. What do we got here? G.I. Joe number 2. And it's got like multiple issues in there. So this was a comic 3-pack, and it had 3 copies of G.I. Joe. I believe this was just a way for Marvel to get rid of like overstock and backstock and stuff that they had, but it did have a number 2, which has a weird price up in the corner. Looks like that. I'm not sure if they're all like that or not. Direct edition. This number 2 might be worth getting graded, so I'm going to set that one aside. I'll set all these aside and give them a nice new bag and boards. Also in there with it, not in the 3-pack, but was this Miss Mystic number 1 origin issue. We'll bring that to Whatnot. Might be worth grading in a 9.8. That does look high grade. Amazing Spider-Man. So here we go with the regular run, number 378. Spider-Man, I'm going to bring these to Whatnot. Spider-Man and Alpha Flight. What do we got? Holy smokes. Look at this, folks. Amazing Spider-Man, king size number 9. This is actually a pricey book. I remember I had one, I think it was like a 9.0 that I just sold for hundreds of dollars, and this one looks really nice. This is the one, oh, it's probably like fine, very fine, maybe, but might be worth getting graded. I'll have to look at the values. It's from 1973, so that means it's going to be in the economy tier. It's not going to be in the modern tier. So it either takes a lot longer to get it graded, or you can fast track it, and then that would cost a little bit more. So we'll have to look at the numbers on that to see if it's worth getting graded. But these two Spideys we'll just bring to Whatnot. This is a cover swipe that was from Spectacular Spider-Man #2, a Silver Age magazine format book that has a very similar remastered cover. Secrets of Sinister House, a DC 80-page giant. We'll bring that to Whatnot. And it looks like we have some 100-page giants, some 100-page, 96-page Detective Comics #1000. So all of these giant size DC books we will bring to Whatnot. Those will make nice sets. Web of Spider-Man #117. Web of Spider-Man is always, a popular title. It'll make a nice run. Maximum Clonage Web of Spider-Man. That, since we have a whole bunch, I'll just throw them all in one lot. Look at that, Spider-Woman #2. Newsstand edition, but I believe they're all newsstands because it's from 1978, and that looks like a really sharp copy. There's definitely a few little spine ticks and stuff, so we'll just bring that one to Whatnot. Nightwing #3. I think that is, probably a bulk out. We'll put that in the bulk out. Silver Surfer #68, #69. I know some Silver Surfer books just heated up, but regardless, let me know in the comments if any of these Silver Surfer books are keys. 74. 75 is just awesome with the foil embossed cover. 75-page giant size. I know this one's worth grading in a 9.8, and that one looks promising, so we'll take out number 75 there. Silver Surfer 76, 77, 78, 79, 80. Nice little run of Silver Surfer. Detective 721, 722. I don't think those are going to be even worth bringing to Whatnot. I'll just bulk those out. Daredevil 295, 295, 293, 290, 249. 2 copies of that. Let me know in the comments if any of these are minor keys. I wonder if 241 is worth grading. It looks to be probably about like a 9092. So I'm just going to bring these all to Whatnot. They probably would all be worth grading if they were 9/8, but I'm just not sure those are going to make the cut. Namor, I'll bulk those out. Look at this. Are you kidding me? A 10-cent Batman. Batman #140. Holy smokes. Look at Batman and Robin right there on the cover. Wow. I was not expecting to find that. We'll check some values on that. I'm sure it's worth getting graded. Some 12-cent Batman. Unbelievable. So those will definitely be, well, I shouldn't say definitely, they might be worth getting graded. X-Files #0, special collector item issue. X-Files heating up right now, but I don't know if these are worth getting graded. Bunch of these #0s. There's #1 that was on the trending list just recently. Show me multiples. Yes. Oh, look at this. We got a whole bunch of #1s. So this, it says the first collector's item issue, and these say special edition #1, and there's like multiple copies. Oh baby, we got a little stash of X-Files. Put those in the grading if they're 9/8. X-Files number 2, X-Files -2, -1. What in the world? What are they doing over here with X-Men? 0, -2, -1, but no issue number 1. Spider-Man number 3 with the upside down trade dress. A couple copies of that. Spider-Man number 2. Moon Knight number 1. I would grade this just because it's so freaking cool. I can't believe everybody fell off the train for this one. Moon Knight covers are just so awesome. Here's issue 2, issue 4, issue 5, issue 6, 7. So a nice little run of Moon Knights. Let me know in the comments if there's any other keys in this run or if they're just, you know, cool covers. So nice run of Moon Knights, and we'll bring that and make some cool sets for those over on Whatnot. I'm almost got a full box here, and then look at that, a 12-cent Superman number 162. Now I doubt that this is worth grading. We'll have to look and see, unless it's, you know, a minor key. I don't recognize that one. Sometimes with these, you know, it's probably like a 4 or a 5. If it costs $45 to get it graded, because I always do fast tracks, I don't want to wait a year to get it back from economy. If it's $45 to get it graded and it's only worth like 80 or 90, it's just not worth it to send them in. So that's the problem with a lot of these low grade 12-cent DC. I mean, they're still amazing to have as reader copies and to bring to Whatnot, just make for some awesome stuff. Oh my goodness. We got a whole little chunk here of 12-cent Superman. That's nice. Spider-Man and Batman, it's got an embossed cover. Spider-Man and Batman. So there's a lot of chatter right now with James Gunn about a DC Marvel crossover. So this brings up an interesting point, and I think the money book for that, if it does happen, is whatever DC Marvel crossover they decide to do, right? So there's so many, there's dozens and dozens and dozens of DC Marvel crossovers. But if they do a Spider-Man Batman, then this will be the hot book. If they do a Punisher Batman, then that will be the hot book, because there's a series for that. So Batman, some more Batman from this era, 537, 536. Let me know if any of these are worth getting graded, you guys. Otherwise, I'm just going to bring them to Whatnot. 531, 528. So it looks like a nice little run here. And then we got some giant size Batman, a 25 center. Batman Annual number 5, number 3, another number 3. I wonder if any of those are worth getting graded, and a Batman number 359. That's kind of random, so I'll check these for grading. This will go to Whatnot. I love this cover here for Batman 500 Nightfall. It's a die cut foil. I mean, you name it, this book has it. Worth getting graded in a 9.8. We'll check that. It looks pretty high grade. Ra's al Ghul, the saga of Ra's al Ghul number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Here's another Batman number 1 Goth. We'll bring those to Whatnot, and I need another box. Continuing here, Superior Spider-Man with an Edge of Spider-Verse tie-in number 33, Punisher number 1, Superman Wonder Woman number 1, DK3 Master Race number 4. I'm going to bulk all of those out. I love this Daredevil cover. We got a newsstand and a direct, baby. Does anybody else collect like that, a newsstand and direct copy? I used to do that for a long time. Here's some more Batman 654. Look at that. There it is. There it is, folks. That's one of the keys, and that's another one. 656, 657, 658. I think it's just those two that are the Damian keys, but I'm gonna pull all of these and just check and make sure. I think it is just those two that are the keys for that little chunk of Batman, but there's definitely some good ones in there. I think that's like this. I think like every box has had one of those Damian Wayne keys. It's like kind of weird. It's like, how could they all have that? But it just keeps going. A nice little run here of Batman. 679. We just keep going with the Batmans. 686, 687, 688, 689, 690. We're still going. Okay, there it looks like we stopped. So, and then some annuals. All right, nice chunk of Batman. Batman and the Outsiders, number 4. I'm actually going to bulk that one out. Batman, some awesome 30-cent Batman we'll take to Whatnot. I think these would be worth getting graded in a 9/8, but very unlikely that they're 9/8s. Raiders of the Lost Ark, number 1. Newsstand edition. Looks to be a near mint copy, but probably not worth getting graded unless it's a 9/8. But we have number 1, number 2, number 3, Indiana Jones, The Further Adventures of 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So a nice run there of Indiana Jones, and finish it off with a spectacular Spider-Man number 141. Why not? So there you have it, folks. That's all that's going to be bulked out, and it's not even junk necessarily. It'll make, you know, decent stuff for the bulk out box. A box and a half of stuff to bring to Whatnot, and this whole chunk right here to be screened for CGC. Another amazing box. So there you have it, guys, the collection that just keeps on giving. Shout out once again to Randy. Thank you so much for this amazing collection, and thank you to you guys for coming along with me for the ride. Don't forget to smash like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below to enter yourself to win a free slab each and every month and to see how this collection unfolds. And don't forget to head over to brycecomics.com and sign up for the newsletter over there for your chance to win a free slab each and every month. Tons of new inventory coming through the shop every single day. Use code COLLECT10 for 10% off. I hope to see you over on Whatnot. Link down in the description for $15 towards your first purchase if you're new to Whatnot. And thank you as always for sticking with me to the end of the video. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye.
Bryce Comics.